Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video on our channel today. Now listen, so I think a few weeks ago or maybe even a few months ago, I made a video, a 3-minute video talking about fall allergies and how much I hated them, and it was a pretty bad video because it was only 4 minutes long, and I think I really only actually made the video and accepted it as a decent enough video because I just needed to post something. That is how a lot of my videos go. Typically I'm all right, well, it's been a minute since I posted, so I need to just go ahead and get something out. So I might as well just go and post it, even though it's a really bad video. Whatever. It doesn't even matter. Most of them are pretty bad anyway, so whatever. But anyway, I made a video about those fall allergies, right? And a couple days after, actually a couple of weeks, a week after, making that video, the fall allergies finally went away. Because they were pretty bad. It was I was coughing, the sneezing, all of that. It was pretty bad. It was not great, right? So I was having a great time, but eventually it went away. But for some reason, it is now returned. It is now returned, and it is returned with vengeance. And it really actually hasn't been that bad. I'm not even gonna lie. It's really only here's the thing. Listen, so whatever for whatever reason, what happens to me is I'll be chilling, and then one part of my nose will be just filled, and I can't breathe out of one nostril of my nose. So only one is actually available to actually breathe out of, which you might notice is the reason why I'm gonna have to take a lot of deep breaths while I'm talking, because I haven't talked a lot today. So that might be evident. But anyway, yeah. So which by the way are the worst kind of allergies you can have, and it's just because it just gets really annoying. I'm all right, nose. It's getting a little old. You know what I mean? This is getting a little old. Can we do something else? Can we do anything else? It's getting a little old. With this whole thing. Why don't we just why don't we get something? Why don't we do something else? Honestly, let's do something else. But no, we had to bring back the that part. But anyway, yeah. So that kind of stinks. And it really started a few weeks ago. So a few weeks ago, I had to take the pre-SAT, and listen, that test is I don't know. I was going to make a separate video about it, but I was there's not really much to talk about. It was literally just a regular ass test. There's really nothing very interesting about it. It's just a regular test that just is boring, because really all of them are. But it was just not great. So I was all right, well, it's just a regular ass test. I'm not really that worried about it. It's not really that big of a deal to make a video about. But while I was taking that test, it was really early in the morning, and for whatever reason, I'm sure there's some scientific actual reason for this, but I don't actually do research before making my videos, so I actually have genuinely no clue. But pretty much I in the morning my allergies are specifically bad, really bad. And I'm sneezing a lot, and I just I'm actually just really fucked up. And so that morning of the pre-SAT, I was dying. I was sneezing, and there's no tissues, and it was just not great. It was just really not great. And so my teacher, halfway through, not halfway through, but maybe 30 minutes in, she notices that I'm over here dying of allergies. She's all right. She's she hands me a box of tissues, and she's here, do you want one? And you know what I say? My ass says no. My ass says, nah, I'm good. And she looked into the eyes of someone who was absolutely horrified, someone who was absolutely being destroyed by allergies, someone who was dying. And I just said, nah, I'm good. And she could obviously tell I was not good, bro. I was not good. But I was good. I never got a tissue that entire time. I never did. And maybe I should have, yeah, but my ass was nah, I'm good. It was too early. For me, it was way too early to actually comprehend anything that was going on around me. So all of my surroundings were just nothingness, as I was just taking the pre-SAT. So I was all right, well, listen, I'm sitting here. I don't know where the hell I am. What the hell makes you think I'm gonna be able to accurately tell you if I need a box of tissues or not? How am I gonna provide to you a yes or no answer at 8 o'clock in the morning? I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that, man. I'm not gonna be able to do that. I'm not gonna be able to say a single word during that point, man. It's not great. So that was just not a great experience. And then today, I was I was sitting in my class. We had some free time, and I was laughing at this funny because here's the thing in class, man. You can't start dying laughing laughing out loud in math in the middle of fucking math class, because then you just look like an idiot. Even if you are looking at your phone, you just look stupid. So I gotta hold it back. So how sometimes whenever you hold back a laugh, it kind of sounds if you even heard that, you kind of make that goofy ass sound like that, right? So I made that sound, but then it was just horrible. I don't even want to describe it because it's just not great. But yeah, like you can imagine what had happened, you know, because I like forcefully breathed out of my nose, and like everything that had been stuffed in my nose just immediately came right out, and I was like, oh well, shit, and it was incredibly embarrassing. And I was like, you know what? If allergies didn't exist, this wouldn't be happening to me. I could be a happy guy right now if allergies did not exist. You know what I mean? I would be such a happy go lucky guy right now if my allergies merely didn't exist. And it was early in the morning too, which they're always super bad. Like as the day goes on, they usually get better. But like for some reason, like really early in the morning is when they like suck the most, and I still really don't know why that happens. I'm gonna be honest. I actually have no idea. Well, anyway, yeah. I mean, it's killing me. So I mean, like, yeah. Anyways,